Hello, my name is Lynn Ann Galloway, and today we're going to talk about stress and fibromyalgia. I would say probably stress is one of the big things that can trigger a flare and certainly make you not feel great and keep the pain coming. I would, and why do I know this? Because I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, probably about 25 years ago. And for the last 20 years, I have been able to not have any pain and very little other side effects, symptoms of the fibromyalgia. Am I cured? I don't know. Probably if I went back and did what I was doing before, I would probably have the symptoms all back again. But I have chosen to live my health in my way, so that in a way that I am keeping fibromyalgia and I'm away, and I am happy to share these tips with you. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, and I do post lots of tips. I post tips once a week. So if you join, then you'll get to know them a lot, get a notification when they are posted. So stress, what is really stress? Actually, my background is a nurse, so I do tend to look at the medical piece of things as well. And, really they say not everybody can agree to what stress really is. But one thing for sure is that all the research confirms that it is a sense of having very little or no control over what's going on, which is distressful. And that is certainly what stress is all about, being distressed. But what happens when you are stressed is that you have a physical and emotional reaction when you experience a challenge. And it doesn't, it's not always a negative thing. Some even positive things can cause some stress. So what happens is your body releases a bunch of hormones that produce the fight or flight response. And originally that was wonderful because if in the old years, many years ago, if you were in danger, that was when this happened, and it give you the energy and all the hormones for your body to move you into action and to either fight or run. So that's what happened originally. However, in our environment now, that is not always what we need. And your body, your breathing, your heart rate increases, your breathing increases, your blood pressure increases, your muscles get tense, and you sweat some more. So, and now that's great for a one-time thing, but when it becomes chronic, then it is having your muscles tense all the time, having all these hormones coursing through your body is not healthy for you. In fact, they say that it contributes, research shows that contributes to things like digestive disorders, headaches, sleep disorders, and lots of other symptoms. And it's been linked with asthma and depression, anxiety, and other mental illnesses. And that's certainly with fibromyalgia, it helps to, all those tense muscles are not really, really good for us. It causes more pain. And yeah. And also we tend not to, when you're stressed, you tend not to sleep, and not having the sleep doesn't help us either. So, and now there is both the chronic and the acute stress. Acute means this is something that might be just for a few minutes. For example, if you're presenting at an event, or you are going to an event, and so that stress could be just for that time period. Sometimes it's related to deaths or assaults or natural disasters, which then it can last a little bit longer. However, chronic stress, and this is probably the piece that tends to affect people with fibromyalgia, is it lasts for a long period of time and it keeps coming back. So, and there's lots of things that can cause it. I would say probably the biggest ones, if you're caregivers, that is a huge one, because you have the pressure day after day, all the time. And it's really interesting in our Facebook group. I was really astounded at the number of people with fibromyalgia that were also caregivers. And so, that stress piece kind of goes together there. And people that live in poverty also, it's very stressful, because sometimes stress is not something that you can, the situation isn't something that you can change, However, what you want to do is learn some techniques to help you get through those situations. So you're reducing the amount of fight or flight hormones that are going through your body. So, people that are under stress tend to be a little bit irritable. They can be a little bit grouchy, snap at you. It can get depressed, eat a lot. Everybody reacts a little bit different. Like some people eat nothing and some people eat a lot when they're stressed. So, and it seems like there is no in between. It's one or the other. Sleep disorders are something else that happens. So what kind of things causes stress? Well, really, I mean, if you have anything that you feel like you can't control, and I think everybody's different, what might stress me might not stress you. And I find that different people have different things that will stress them, and some things we can't do anything about. So I would say that a change in jobs, and actually with people with fibromyalgia, and particularly if it's new for you, then the change in how you feel, the change in what your lifestyle is and things that you have to do and relationships that change because of you not feeling well and not able to do the things that you used to do, that actually is probably one of the biggest stressors. And certainly you want to make sure that you, it is what it is, and accept it, and then just kind of decide what works for you. So some of the things that one of the first things the doctors sent me to do was to do progressive relaxation. So that what it does is reduces the tension in your muscles and helps you to relax. And when you relax, then a lot of all that cortisol cascade stops, and you feel much better. So that was one of the first things. And there's lots of videos on, if you Google it, there's lots of videos out there on progressive relaxation. That's what it's called. But, that's an excellent technique to do. Deep breathing. So what happens when you are stressed, your breathing tends to get shallow. And then, of course, you don't get the oxygen, et cetera, in your system. So then what you want to do is take some deep breaths, which means that you're breathing in so your tummy goes out, and then when you exhale, your tummy goes in. That's the type of breathing you want to do. Yoga, tai chi are also good ones. Both they take into some of your meditation, your focus, and your breathing. Those are very helpful stretches. Those are also very helpful in helping with reducing stress. And lots of studies that show those are very good for that. I also use essential oils that they calm the brain down, and once you calm your brain down, the rest of you tends to calm it down. So if you want to know specifically actually I use Stress Away and Peace and Calming. Those are my link for the oils that I use are in the description section. Those are two oils that I find very helpful to help me relax. What else? Gratitude. So your brain can, so sometimes we get into a cycle when we're stressed. We tend to get into a cycle that has this, the same thoughts going around and around and around and around. And I don't know if you're one of those people that does. So yes, I find Peace and Calming helps with that one, as well as the other thing that I found that works really well is writing gratitude, writing out things that you're thankful for. Your brain cannot think of positive and negative at the same time. So once you start writing out things that you are thankful for, it stops that cycle of thinking of all the things that are going wrong, all the things you're worried and stressed about. So I find that very helpful. The other thing is making sure you schedule time for you. Now, sometimes, especially if you're a caregiver, you may not have a lot of time to schedule for yourself, but even if you do 15 minutes or get up 15 minutes earlier so that you have time that you can do for you to relax you, or to at least put your mind in a better state, or just for you. Anyhow, those are some suggestions. The scheduling of time, and the other piece I want to say about the scheduling of time, if you schedule a spot for you and somebody comes along and wants you to do something, you can say that you have an appointment, so that you make sure that you be true to yourself and keep that appointment with yourself to help yourself. Now, of course, if the person that wants you to do something and it's something fun and you would like to do it, of course you can reschedule your time for you another time, because maybe being with that person is uplifting and will help with your stress as well. So I look forward to you having less stress and that you will feel better. So, and I do have if you're sick and tired of being in pain and you want to make some changes, I do have a program. Just connect with me and we can talk about if it's something that would be suitable for you. And if you found this helpful, please put a like or let me know. That would be great. Thank you so much for watching.